I'm from the Southern Sudan, from Toriti State. I came from Egypt, from Sudan through Egypt. When we enter through the border and enter into Israel, the situation is very worse. And what the situation is very worse, we are in the desert for 3 days, which is 39 people. And these 39 people, a lot of them return back. About 18 return back because the border is very difficult to be crossed. And when entering through the border to cross the aspect into the border, which is in the mountain where we can claim, and then we reach with the military of the Egypt. They shot us. They killed one and then 2 injured. But we have been sent by the military police through the barracks of the police, and we are detained there for 7 days. After detained for 7 days, then we have been brought to Beersheba. They release us from their detainees. They release us there, and then they gave us, they say, this is your passport, and you go, you don't have any problem. From there, they brought us up to Beersheba. From Beersheba, they gave us a place in Paradise Hotel. After that, we come in Paradise Hotel. They sent one of the immigrants from Hotline for Migration, and then to send to us one of the volunteers to help us. They brought us from there up to Tel Aviv, where they give us a job and then give us a resettlement. Some come without shoes, some come without a shirt in the border. Actually, when we come to Tel Aviv, it is a first life for the Sudanese also to be in Tel Aviv, and then they get a good chance for work. They're hard workers, and then they earn little money. They started then. The owner of the place say, okay, we give you, now you give salary, a lot of Sudanese are coming, we want you also to release this place and rent a house for yourself, and you continue the work. Some people, they try to decide to go back because the people which are responsible in the place, they don't give them the real hours. So that's why they get, and some people get sick. They can't be able to be cured by the person responsible. Some workers, they don't have the insurance. They employ people illegally, but they take people to work in the agricultural field. And then in the agricultural field, they get a lot and not a good money. And then, but a lot of hours. They can stay home. They sleep there, they work hard, and then they come back. But some people, they will not pay them money in agricultural field. They will not pay them money, they run with the money. They just take people, they don't have office. They just catch people from the road, have a work, they take you start work, good, the first salary, the second salary. No, they don't get paid, they real paid. The patient employed, they run away. Yeah, some people now sleep in the park for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Some people sleeping because they not work. Now, especially those days, it started 2008, no work for anybody. The ASAF, they started to be formed, a group by the ideas from the individual people. When they form a name ASAF, it become very firm because the majority of the people they support from a different groups. And then they went home by home. They went home by home of the refugees to see the situation of the people. The people are sick. They give them to the hospital. They pay them money in the hospital. They give them food for their children, for their babies. This is through the ASAF volunteers do. Before ASAF, the United Nations can't help with food. And they can't help with money. Unless you try to make them problem, you have a cut of the United Nations, they give you a money for making portal. You put a coffee, a small portal, so that you can try to be fixed with your document to make a form. After that, they will say, okay, go, we are going to call you for the interview. But up to now, nobody's been called to the interview or not been asked, have you done interview? Unless your paper finished for 6 months, they will say, go to load. After you can make your interview in load, they ask you, sometimes they say you are not a Sudanese, meanwhile you have a documents, all that you are a Sudanese. And they try to make some people make problems, some people kill themselves because of such words coming out from the person responsible. Experience we make with ASAF together, I was the first person elected as leader of the refugees, of the Sudan refugees here. concerning the South Sudan. And we make a cooperation with the three organizations, which is the Hotline for Migration and the RDC and ASAF. Miss Ila has started now to take care of the children. But before that, they are not taking care of the children. Yes, up to now, when ASAF started integrating in the business of ASAF, really as an organization, they start moving home by home. This is the first step ASAF try to do. And they try to collect the people from the park, coming in new and to give them a place. After that place was closed by the police, the Hotline of Immigration and the RDC and the ASAF, they combined together to fight against what is happening to the refugee. Actually, I wish for a future for extension for the. I myself, I support the idea of ASAF and I support the idea of RDC because they enter some time to give work to the people. That is not their field, but they try to struggle to help. Also in the medical, they try to help hard. In food, they try to make food here, people come to eat. Actually in Israel, my personal reaching for the future, let them be for the worldwide. Not only for Israel here, for the worldwide. ASAF will be open to Sudan, to open where. In the book, the 5 books of Moses, the prophet says, if you get somebody naked, give him the clothes. If you get homeless, give him a home. You see, this is the most important because God will ask you, when this guy of mine is moving, you didn't give him water. That's why we need also to be like that, to be like God, helping us with the rain from above.
I think that's very good thinking.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. Hope to see you in the worldwide with us up together.
Yes. Okay.
Nice to see you.